Welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, April the 20th. I want to welcome Patrick Clark back here. You were here almost 4 months ago, you said, to the day.
Yep, pretty much.
Patrick Clark, Southside Philharmonic Orchestra. And it's a pleasure to have you back. The last time you were here, you were talking about a very special event that was going to happen, and it came off.
We had our first concert with the Southside Philharmonic, and it was on December 16th, 2016, which was the iciest day of the year, of the season for us in the winter. And nevertheless, we managed to pull it off, and we had an almost capacity crowd at our church.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was very good.
So, and on the iciest day of the year.
The iciest day. They must have really wanted to hear that concert.
So, that's in Jefferson City.
That's correct.
And you've got another event coming up.
Yes, we do.
Want to mention. When is that?
That is April 21st, also a Friday.
Real soon.
Yep, it's coming up. And that will be at the Central United Church of Christ in Jefferson City at 7:30 p.m. What's important is we are doing J.S. Bach's Mass in B minor, which is a magnificent masterpiece, perhaps his greatest vocal writing ever. It was finished at the very end of his life in 1749. And we have not only an orchestra for this, but of course we have a choir as well. And those are former students and current students at MU School of Music. They're graduate students and graduates. They're very, very fine singers, and we're looking forward to a great performance.
Now, the orchestra members, are they all from the Jefferson City, Columbia area?
Mostly, but not all. We have a couple of people coming from Kansas City, and we have a cellist coming from Springfield. So it's kind of a globally Missouri orchestra. Yeah.
But it sounds fantastic.
It's really coming together well. And we have a season ahead of us. We will be playing in the fall on November 3rd. We will be doing a celebration of the 500th anniversary of the Reformation.
Mm-hmm. I hope you'll come back before then to tell us about
I hope you'll have me back.
You've got it. The door is always open. The door is always open to you. So how many people can you hold in the performance that's on April the 21st?
We can hold about 300. It's a beautiful church, with the Central United Church of Christ, with a fantastic acoustic space that is very resonant and allows us to, even, I like to say, play the hall as if it were an instrument itself.
Yeah.
But 300 is all we can fit in there, and we hope to outgrow it someday.
Yeah.
But
Well, I hope that you have a standing room crowd only. So it will be April the 21st. The location is?
Central United Church of Christ at 118 West Ashley.
In Jefferson City.
In Jefferson City.
And if people want tickets right now, can they purchase tickets now?
Yes, they can. And I think the simplest way to explain that is if they do a search on the internet, Google Southside Philharmonic. They will get exactly what they need.
So Google Southside Philharmonic Jefferson City.
They don't even need that. Southside Philharmonic.
There's no other Southside Philharmonic?
There is no other Southside Philharmonic. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
But I made sure there wasn't before I chose the name.
So just Google Southside Philharmonics and you'll get all the information you need for the performance on Friday, April the 21st. Patrick Clark, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Paul.
Pleasure having you here, and I hope you get a tremendous response tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Right. Now, we turn to Megan SCHRAEDLEY and Michael Fink.
Yes.
Pleasure to have both of you here. Talk about Science on Tap. And this is an ongoing program that the students from the University of Missouri have, where you pick a particular topic and you go where?
We go to Craft Beer Cellar in downtown Columbia.
That's why it's called Science on Tap,
right?
Because you can have your beer on tap there.
Exactly.
And what is the topic this time?
We'll be presenting two different research areas, and mine is on food insecurity in Columbia. So looking at food pantry clients who are using the food bank here in Columbia And I did some qualitative interviews with them. We'll talk about social class and food insecurity.
Yeah. And Michael, your topic is?
I'll actually be talking about ways that we can mitigate scars in the cornea. So that outermost part of your eye, the windshield of the eye as it was. So during a normal wound healing response, that actually heals the same way that your skin does, and you can be left with a scar. And that can severely impact vision in both humans and our companion animal species. So I'll be talking about my research that uses nanoparticles and viruses to deliver genes to that site of injury and hopefully restore vision.
Oh my goodness. These are two totally different topics.
Definitely.
Yes, yeah.
Two totally different topics. So you're going to have a diverse audience there.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Okay. I'm going to come back to the food insecurity in just a minute, but let's talk a little bit about your project.
Definitely.
So you are trying to alleviate scars in the cornea.
That's correct.
The cornea of the eye is where?
It's the outermost layer of the eye, so the one that's against the world.
That's the clear.
The clear part, yep. Just,
the clear part is the cornea.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you scratch or injure that cornea, you're telling me that there's going to be a scar there for the rest of your life?
There could be. And there's also a problem with people who undergo elective, like LASIK procedures. In a certain subset of the population, they actually develop a minor condition called corneal haze. And patients liken that to looking through a frosty windshield. So even though you've corrected whatever imbalance there was, you're dealing with a secondary problem then as a result of that procedure.
Okay. Now, I just had cataract removed
Yep.
on one eye. That's not damaging the cornea, is it?
If they do it the same way they do in veterinary patients, they actually probably had a little incision and then went
Right.
in. So potentially there shouldn't be any.
They did a little incision. They
Yep.
go in and they suck out that
Definitely.
bad cataract lens, and then they pop a new lens in there, and you can
Yep.
see clear.
Exactly.
All right. So that's science on tap, and now with the food insecurity,
Yes.
you'll be dealing with something that people who are not aware of it, who don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from.
Right.
You'll be going into detail on this.
Absolutely. And it's all about, thinking of the stigma that a lot of individuals feel using these temporary food services that are really necessary in the community, and trying to minimize that type of
Okay.
stigma.
The date is when?
April 26th, the Wednesday.
So April the 26th, Wednesday. The location is
Craft Beer Cellar.
Yep, from 6 to 7 o'clock.
Science on Tap. I don't know how you're going to get all of that covered in 1 hour, but people can stay later than that. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, because you got a wide topic there. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Central Missouri Stop Human Trafficking Coalition. We're out of time for today. Have yourself a nice day.